Hello and welcome to the IMBA Cup Supreme Commander Forged Alliance here in the losers bracket. Isen and FunkOff, two very good players. FunkOff playing with Aeon. FunkOff plays really any faction, and it seems like he really knows which faction to pick for which map. But we'll see how well he does with Aeon against Cyber, and of course Isen usually plays Cyber, so one of the great Cyber players. We just saw him pull off a win against another Cyber player. And no first bomber, so it's a bit disappointing from these two players, although gestures on this map should be very effective. All these engineers, plus it looks like a hunter, third hunter there from Isen. First two engineers. Looks like first three engineers, first four engineers from Funk, and going second air. They're really spreading the power generators wide. Still not clear if Isen going second land or second air. But now scouts. Now one advantage with Aeon, of course, on this map is with these pawns. Go across with the scouts and take one land. And now the first hunters across the midpoint. Another one here from Isen. But just scouts so far from FunkOff. You see he's got 4 scouts going across the map. So he totally sees everything that's happening. Some first shots of the game there from a scout from FunkOff. And this could be a first real kill in Aurora versus a hunter. And some nice micro there from Isen, but not enough. Aurora gets 2 kills, 2 easy kills. Get another hunter here from Isen. Should be careful. There's a bunch of flares and an Aurora there from FunkOff. And looks like Isen going with his ACU. Something very strange going down bottom. Some pretty valuable infrastructure here, a hydro, mask extractors, plus another 4 mask extractors if he can get this whole bottom. He does have some expansion going to the top with an engineer and protected by a hunter. And looks like it's air from FunkOff. He's got that first interceptor, but an interceptor now coming out for Isen. And now FunkOff looks like he is going to take air. This is very aggressive air from FunkOff. Though he will have to be flying over some flak, he does get the first air kill. You see now bomber coming out for Funk after he gets that early air advantage. Of course, Isen's ACU is spotted. The Isen does have the hydro, so FunkOff has a hydro as well, and he's going to get a factory here. And up on top, this will be very difficult for Isen to hold without the ACU, with all the Auroras coming in. You really got to get some point defenses as soon as possible. Now Isen moving in, an engineer and ACU is going to be spotted by this scout. It's a very nice scout from FunkOff. And in the middle, FunkOff picking up a little bit of mass. And now bomber from Isen bombing the ACU, so that's the worst target for a Tech 1 bomber. Isen just keeps on flying in a straight line. Any of these an engineer, if Isen can pick this one off, he can't get shot, but it would have been nice. Because so far there are no engineers for FunkOff in this area. They're all kind of just patrolling, getting trees. A lot of mask extractors up for grabs. Now bombers are flying freely for the most part for Funk. Total air control. Looking at the base, he doesn't have too many land factories. He got a few spread out here and there. Pretty big land spam, however, for Isen, and he's getting more. He's got a couple engineers on this power, but he's really got to solve his air problem. Otherwise, he's just going to get bombed all day. In terms of map control, he's actually not doing that bad. Very even. Could even say an advantage for Isen if he doesn't let an engineer come in and make some infrastructure here. Although with these Auroras using the range and the water, should be pretty easy for FunkOff. Now Isen establishing a base in the bottom corner. Of course, this choke point is going to be very crucial. If Isen can capture this area, he's going to be very secure. There won't be too many other places to attack. Actually, some attacking from the Manta going through the middle. And when their roars aren't micro, the Manta just eat them up, get really close and shoot them. It was a nice push from Isen, really catching FunkOff off guard. We're seeing Cybern doing very well here against Aeon. Really nice pushes. It looks like Isen is recovering after that early air loss, and that was a very timely point defense from Funk, forcing Isen's Manta back. And of course, Cybern very bad at taking out point defenses with that really inaccurate artillery. Now this push from Funk or Isen, perhaps a little too aggressive, although he is going to pick up a couple mask extractors, maybe this factory. And yet another push following up, and a point defense from FunkOff. So FunkOff switching to point defense is very quick. Really good defensive structures, and Isen just runs into this one, loses a bunch of Manta. Very nice point defense from FunkOff. And here with ACU, FunkOff takes the top corner. So this will be in danger here from Isen as FunkOff continues to march across the map. You see the ACUs are really far apart. Now we got these point defenses, now 3 of them. This will be a very difficult task for an artillery. And here's the artillery actually getting hit by some scouts. See the Aurora should be taken care of. And you can see these point defenses not dying very quickly. It's a really big problem for Isen. And a pretty large force. These point defenses are buying FunkOff a whole bunch of time. And these Aurora force will kill off the artillery. There's still a couple alive. Just still a single one alive. But enough Auroras to force Isen's ACU back. Elsewhere we are seeing FunkOff making progress with these Auroras. Nothing that Isen can do. He's pushing some pretty large forces into the area. In the middle, another great push for Isen. But he's running into Tech-2 gunships. Tech-2 gunships and point defenses for FunkOff. So he's slowing Isen down just enough to get this Tech-2 air. And with Tech-2 air, as long as FunkOff keeps air control, which he shouldn't have a problem doing, especially with these Swiftwinds. This is very hard to call. Isen has a very big land spam. These Auroras are going to be trouble. But it's hard to imagine FunkOff really losing anything. Just to break down these point defenses was a very big feat. And now gunships coming in from FunkOff are going against this Tech-1 anti-air. And you can see Tech-2 versus Tech-1. You really need a whole bunch of those to have any chance. And aggressive engineers in battle. So engineers with point defenses and gunships from FunkOff. It's a very nice demonstration of a nice unit combination. And a Manta trying to take on point defense. 17 kills, 18-20 kills. It's just brutal. Brutal point defenses. And I guess against Cybern, they really struggle against point defenses. See, this anti-air doing a pretty good job. And Isen is forced into his pond. And looks like counterattacking pretty well elsewhere on the map. So still a very even game. Although, yeah, we're now going to see a big air spam from Isen. It'll be very difficult to catch up to Aeon, however. Pretty big power spam as well. He'll take a lot of mistakes from Funk for him to lose air, especially without Tech-2 flak against Tech-1. As long as you don't let him build up, take those out quite easily. We should see FunkOff build up as a Tech-2 air force. Looks like he's just going with Swiftwinds. If he gets enough Swiftwinds, really he can't outspam Tech-2 with Tech-1. Let's have a huge advantage. So Aurora is still doing a good job. And here's that big push from Isen. Looks like it's most of his forces now going to straight attack against FunkOff's main base. But of course FunkOff has so many point defenses here. No chance for Isen. Does clean up on a couple. And yeah, this is why FunkOff didn't like what happened. He lost his gunships to Isen's Tech 1 Air. Of course, this is short-lived. It's Tech to Air. The Swift Winds clean up. Total air domination now. And all that FunkOff has to do is rebuild a couple gunships. So not a big loss for him now. Switching to Tech 2 Power. And actually Tech 2 now coming out for Isen. Some wangers. Don't see the Tech 2 factory, but it's there. Still a pretty big air spam. Be very surprised if I don't see Isen make a whole bunch of Tech 2 flak. Just can't spot the factory where you can do that. Here it is. But it's just wangers. It's not Tech 2 flak. Now I see Isen's brave interceptors going in, taking out Tech 2 gunships, but they're not going to live for too long. Should see some more flak coming out for Isen. Now there are auroras in small groups making progress. Isen's ACU back out of the water. He's going to be staring at a couple of auroras. Should probably just move in, take those out. And a pretty big land push now from Isen up on top. FunkOff's ACU retreating back to base. There's no ACU in this area, just some point defenses, which are possible to kill in theory by Tech 1 Cybern. And now these gunships really turning the game. Total air control. So it looks like FunkOff just built enough land and built point defenses when he needed to, and focused on Tech 2 Air. And Isen really did not have an answer, but now we do see Tech 2 flak. This is now hope for Isen. And elsewhere, these Manta are doing a good job. So if Isen can avoid these point defenses, he can go around, kill all these mask extractors, and wait for some artillery to come in. So this is still good stuff. But now Isen's ACU once again forced into the water. Here come the Air Force, the brave Air Force of Isen, the suicidals. He might actually have numbers, but Tech 2 making it very difficult for him. And some reinforcements now for FunkOff. Once again, total air domination. So many dead planes in this area. Nice to be send a couple engineers. We do see a couple Tech 2, for the most part Tech 1. And at the same time, there are auroras moving in, taking out Tech 2 flak, taking out factories. And now rebuilding for FunkOff. Getting these mask extractors. Look like Isen is going to come out. And of course point defenses. Elsewhere, this is a very nice move here by these Cybern Manti. Took out all those mask extractors. Completely avoided these point defenses. And now moving in. Looks like a whole bunch of dead units here. 5 kills. 5 kills, so a total of 10. And now Isen really should remember there's a very bad unit for him here. 23 kills. This would be tragic if he runs into this again, but very well placed. Hard to avoid this one. He will take out all these mask extractors, and now the wangers have come through the water, through the top, taking out the Hydro, right into the ACU. But this Cybern really doing a lot of damage. All this top side pretty much lost by Funk. Although he is raiding elsewhere on the map. You can see Isen losing a whole bunch of map control. He is holding on his main area because he can make Tech 2 flak. And he's a great Manta. Yet another air fight. And now together, Tech 1 Air, Tech 2 gunships continue to roll through. Isen hasn't really recaptured anything. He did some good raiding, but he hasn't been able to capture any new mask extractors for a long time. Whenever he comes out of the water, he gets attacked by Tech 2 Air. Can be many places at once. Now Tech 3 Air coming out for FunkOff here at minute 22. Taking out Tech 2 mask extractors. Yeah, with Tech 3 Air, and you can see a really nice eco. FunkOff invested quite a bit into his eco. Taking out Isen's eco. And Isen, one of the better players in this game, is defeated by another very good player. We'll see how they progress in the losers bracket. See the Manti keep on killing, and so are the Tech 3 bombers. It's pretty methodical there. Isen's still pretty much a Tech 1. Only has a few Tech 2 units, not getting hit by Tech 3. There's really, this Tech 3 bomber has nothing to be afraid of. He's getting 12 kills, no problems. Isen's sitting underwater, 37 kills. Aurora's floating on top. Not too much splash on the Aeon bombs. If this was a Cybern bomb, all these things would have been dead. And now Isen decides to come out of the water to make this game a little shorter. And after 24 minutes, FunkOff is victorious.